Hey everyone, it's Justin here. Thanks for watching. In this video, I have two things I want to talk to you about. Number one, vendor management workspace. That got an uplift in San Diego. And number two, a new feature in vendor risk management, and that is fourth-party vendors. So let's jump right to it. It's probably going to be a quick one. This is the vendor workspace. So it's like the new workspaces you've seen a lot of videos on probably already. We've got an overview page where we can basically see all of our vendors, all of the engagements that are ongoing with those vendors. And if you look above my head, we've got access to some quick actions: creating a vendor, an engagement, tiering assessment, issues, and tasks. If you're not sure about those assessments, tiering is basically establishing the vendor in ServiceNow, and then the assessment is actually what the vendor completes, just depending on how much risk they pose to your organization and what questions or information you might need from those vendors in order to truly assess the risk. Down below, I've got vendor risk ratings by vendor tier, the top risk areas behind my head there, issues by priority, quick access to those, and I have two empty widgets, and that's a fourth party overview. So I've got a missing widget here around known fourth parties and unknown fourth parties. This is mainly because I don't have any demo data inside the system about fourth-party vendors, and by that I mean not just listing them, but by having ancillary data too to kind of populate these widgets. But I did create one, so we'll show you that here in a second. If I hop over here and use this navigation menu on the left, my next thing to look at is actual risk activity. So this would be things, and you're going to see this kind of structured in three columns here: the risk assessments, the issues, and the tasks. So I've got basically just the work queue up top. Down below, I've got some pie charts and bar graphs for activities, so assessments by state, issues by state, tasks by state, and then down below that by priority, assessment, issues, and tasks by priority. And then last, I have the expiring vendor risk assessments, so bringing my attention to stuff that's aged and is old and probably needs to come out of the system. As in a lot of these workspaces, we got task management. I'm logged in as myself or the system admin, so there's no group, there's no tasks assigned to the system admin for vendor risk, but it could be. And then last is access just to all the vendor information. So I'll call your attention to the left there. We've got vendors and risk assessments, vendor risk assessments, tiering risk assessments, vendor risk assessments, issues, and tasks, if we saw on the dashboard, right? Now check this out. So we have a new menu item for all fourth-party vendors, and I've actually just gone ahead and created one, a fourth-party demo vendor example, so you can kind of see what that looks like. It is using the same table that is the same as the core company table, right? In fact, my URL is hidden, but this is using core company. And the difference is, well, let's look at this form first. So you could set up the name, the status, and that status changes depending on what stage in the process you are evaluating or assessing that vendor. Their website, their Duns and Bradstreet number, node, street, city, state, zip, all that contact information. You can also document any upstream suppliers related to that vendor. But let's go back to the list view, and I'll move my head because I want to show you this little filter here is looking at the company table, and we can see that it's just looking at a flag for fourth party equals true. So that's how they're distinguishing just a regular old vendor compared to a fourth party vendor. So not much going on there. I bet there's some stuff coming in the future where there might be additional functionality related to fourth party, but there you can see the filter in all its glory right there in the middle. But that's it. That's the new vendor risk workspace or vendor management workspace, and the new feature that's available for fourth party vendors for tracking in ServiceNow. The reason you might want to do this, you might have a vendor who you do business with, but they may use cloud infrastructure, right? So maybe Google, AWS, Azure, and so you're not doing business directly with those cloud infrastructure companies, but the business that you are doing business with is dependent on them. So you may want to track them as fourth-party vendors because they may pose risk if they go down or have issues or have data leaks, stuff like that. I hope that you found this video helpful. If you did, please like, please subscribe, or share it with somebody you think might be interested. Until next time, I'll see you on the next one.